This is your boy Master Ketchup, and today we're going to use Powershape to reverse engineer a vehicle bonnet. Now, so let's start. Open Powershape. Now we're going to open up our file. This is just a file with cloud of points. So this is the cloud of points, and now we're going to measure the distance. We're going to make an estimation, and it's around 0.5. So I'm going to use that to generate a mesh. So go to the toolbar and generate mesh for the cloud, and 0.5 for both. Okay. Alright, so that's our mesh, and we're going to keep just the mesh. So just select the mesh, and we're going to Control K to keep just the mesh. As you can see, there are a lot of holes in the mesh, so we're going to fill holes. So select fill hole and hold Control key on the keyboard and just select all the holes. Click apply and close. Okay, let's create some curves. Select curve, and you just try to start from the corner here and select on the mesh. Okay, and now select the parameters of the mesh. We just want to separate the bonnet into parts. Now select in the groove. Try to select on the mesh. Okay. And do the same for the other side. Just ensure that you select multiple points just to make the curve more accurate. Select in the groove like before, and the parameters as well. Okay, so now we have our curve. We're gonna hide the mesh, and now we're gonna make the points uniform. Just make it around 15. Apply, close, and that's our curve. And now we're gonna create a surface for this. Surface and smart surface, and network over triangle. Apply and OK. Let's create the surface for the other curves. Okay, so that's it. And now we're gonna create a curve in the middle. So, and now we're gonna select wireframe, and we're going to delete or hide the curve that you created because we don't need it anymore. And now we're gonna view everything, Control L, and we're gonna hide the cloud of points. Now select the surface to view that you have a mesh on the surface, and now just select wireframe, and now we're gonna create curve just like before. Let's select multiple points like before to make it more accurate. Okay, so that's it. View the mesh and create curves on the mesh. This is just to make the surface more accurate to the mesh. Okay, so that's it, and we're going to create the surface. Select the best surfacing. hide or delete the wireframes that you just created, and view everything, and we want to keep just the mesh. And that's the mesh. And now we're going to create the design in the middle, and we want to measure the angles and radius for this part. So we're going to dynamic sectioning and on along the X. And it's around 17, so that's great and okay. Just view it from the side, and we're gonna hide the mesh. Just to view just the wireframe. And now we're gonna draw a line to measure the angle between these two lines. So go to measure and minor angle. And it's around 15, okay, and we're going to measure the radius, so 3-point radius, and it's around 2, and do the same for the bottom, 3-point, and the radius is around 1, and we're going to delete the wireframes because we don't need it. View everything, and we're going to keep just the mesh. Okay, and we're going to dynamic section again, and the Z axis this time. We just want the design in the middle, so it's around 65. So let's put 65 and create a dynamic section for that. Okay, and we're going to hide the mesh, and we're going to delete the unnecessary line. Make it uniform, the points uniform, around 40. Apply, close, and I create an extrusion for these around 20. Okay, and now we're going to view the surface and the mesh. Okay, and we're going to edit this, use the measurement that we obtained before, 15 degrees and negative 15 degrees for the bottom. Okay, we just want to make the surface pass the mesh so we can use it for cutting later. So do the same for the other side, 15 degrees and negative 15 degrees. You can make the distance any amount, just making sure that it passes the mesh. So we're gonna keep the just the surface, and we're going to limit the selection. So go to edit, limit selection. Now we're gonna select the cutting object. So that's the cutting object, and we're gonna keep both and view project mode. And do the same for the other side, and delete all unnecessary surfaces. And now we're going to select reverse for both of these surfaces, and now we're going to create a fillet on the top. So go to surface, fillet, and the fillet radius is 2, convex. Primary is the extrusion and secondary is the surface, and that's it. So now we're going to view everything, and we're going to create the bottom. So go to, we're going to draw 2 rectangles on the mesh, and now we're going to create a surface for the rectangles that we created. So go to surface, smart surface, and filling. Apply and OK. Do the same for both of the rectangles. So we're going to scale it up select this surface and go to scale, and then select the center point and on non-uniform. And what you want to do is just play with these values, the x and y, just so that it will pass the surface at the bottom, and that's, as you can see, that's okay. And do the same for both. So just non-uniform and scale it up just larger than the bottom part of the mesh. When you're done with that, you view all the surface. Now we're going to limit selection again. Keep both from view project mode. Do the same. Select the cutting object and the surface and delete all unnecessary surfaces. Now we're going to create a fillet. Let's go to surface, fillet, and one this time, concave, primary, the extrusion, and secondary the surface. Okay. Do the same for the other side. Okay. And that's it. That's our surface, and we're gonna create a solid for the surface. For the solid, select the surfaces and go to create this solid from surfaces, and that's a solid. And now we're going to create a thickness for it. So go to features, go to thickness, 2, okay, and that's our solid with thickness. That's it. That's our bonnet. And now we're gonna export as a Solidworks file. Next, and save it as a XD file. Visible, finish. Open it in Solidworks just to see if we can edit this part. And just let's see if we can edit this. I'm just going to extrude a circle. Just gonna sketch a circle and extrude cut. And that's it. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, share it, and subscribe. To see more videos like this one and other cool stuff, just check out my page. Peace out.